today we thought a great way to kick off 2024 would be to talk all about rest, burnout, work, all of those things and how they kind of overlap. So maybe the first question I'll ask you, Ness, is what is your perfect ideal 24 hours? You've got a whole day blocked out just for rest. How do you spend it?
Or is it, can you reframe that? Is it more like my standard Friday day off?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Can I go there?
Yeah. So for people listening, Ness has Friday off.
Yeah. So a standard Friday day off. And I have been reading, because I knew we were going to be talking about rest and Sabbath. And I don't know if I do real well at the whole Sabbath thing. So I feel like you're going to kind of corner me in a minute, because I'm going to answer it really honestly.
Don't worry. I think as we discuss this, we'll discover we're both in the same boat.
Yeah,
So,
okay. It's making me hot just thinking about it. So on a Friday, I wake up at stupid o'clock anyway, and I go off and do...
What's stupid o'clock?
5:30.
5:30. It's not like...
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's not 4:15.
Yeah.
So it's
like
5,
some psychos get up
5:30.
and cold shower and stuff.
Yeah, no. 5:30, I'm up and I go get ready and go off and do Reformer Pilates. And then I come home and I might walk Mousy, our dog, with my daughter. And then I'll have eggs on peanut butter toast with a slither of avocado and a cappuccino from my good machine.
Nice.
And it's all done relaxy, so there's no rush.
Yep.
Right? And then I might sit down and watch a bit of the news on the telly. I'll flick between all the different news channels around the world and get a glimpse of what I've missed through the week, so I can be ready to prep any prayers that I need for the Sunday, know what's going on in the world. And then I go and do a personal training session at the gym at 10:15. So now I don't get home until ready for, a shower and to get into the clothes for the day until about 12-ish. And so if this is a day of rest, I haven't done a whole lot of rest. I've just done a whole lot of different, I think. And then I have to juggle on my day off, and I've got the beauty of a weekday day off, which is great, which other people often don't have because they just get Saturday, Sunday. I get at least a weekday when medical professionals are working. So I will go and do any appointments I need to do. I have, the dental appointments, if I need physio for something or if I need to see my GP. Friday just before Christmas I went and had my boobs squashed. I had a mammogram, so that took up a chunk of my day off, and all the things that you have to attend to as you're getting older medically, that's all those things. So that might happen once a month. I might have something that I have to attend to, or dental checkup. I said that, didn't I? Then I'm a bit of a bloody princess because I really love having my nails done. So I get that done every 2 weeks. So two Fridays a month I go and have my fancy girly nails done. And then once every 4 weeks I go and have my hair done. So it's like I have to jam this stuff into the day off. So then and then I've got a food shop, pick up the dry cleaning, do the family food shop for the week, and then I might see a friend who might have a day off on the same day that I've got a day off. I've only got one of those and she usually has her hair done and can't see me. And then I might have a couple of hours at the end of the day just to do nothing and what I'd call Sabbath. And it's not really long enough, Jonty. And before Christmas, the thing that made me feel really relaxed and calm were the Hallmark Christmas movies. I just absolutely ratted my way right through the Netflix collection of those suckers, and I can lay on the lounge with the aircon going and green or peppermint tea and lay there with the bloody dog and watch the crap and just I'm in love with it because it's always set in a bakery. And so what's there not to like about, a beautiful American girl in a bakery with a really hot dude in a bakery and they fall in love. And then it's just beautiful. And then gets to 6 o'clock and I'm all happy and that's been the day.
And that's most Fridays?
Yeah.
And
that'd be my Friday.
Do you watch the Christmas, like the Hallmark stuff year round, or is that just in the lead up to Christmas?
No, only in Christmas.
Only Christmas.
Yeah, I start that about October. Yeah. As soon as Netflix start pumping them in, and there's always new ones. It's great. So
because they
Oh, mate.
Just churn them out.
I
don't they?
love it.
Yeah.
It's the same. Oh, it's great. And I almost could tell the story and finish the sentences myself.
Yeah.
I just love them, Jonty. It makes me feel really relaxed. It has that same feeling that Disney does for me. Just go, my heart rate drops.
Yeah. So the other stuff you're talking about though, so whether it's like the nails or the Pilates or
Yeah,
the other,
gym.
you mentioned that they're not particularly restful. Maybe something we'll talk about as we continue unpacking this, but do any of those things that on the surface aren't particularly restful, whatever that even means, are they things that give you life? Are they things
Self-care.
that... Yeah.
Definitely self-care, and a critical part of how I manage my mental health, really, the exercise particularly, because I love to exercise. I exercise every day of the week except Sunday morning. And so I'm up at early off doing a class or going to the gym or going for a walk each day. So it helps me manage my mental health, and I always feel better having exercise. So, but your brain isn't in that. I think when I exercise, I get in another mode. It's not terribly Sabbathy mode because you've got to hype up to kind of go and do the class, right, or participate. So it's not relaxing, but it relaxes me. So then I'm actually able to relax because I run with a lot of energy, and I feel I've often said that I think I've suffered anxiety most of my life, and the way I self-soothed was to exercise at a really high level for a big chunk of my life when I was an exercise professional. And I think what that did, looking back in retrospect, is that it kind of shaved a top level of anxiety off my... If I had like a cup full of anxiety and I woke up with a cup of it, it kind of just knocks off a whole chunk of it because then I'm left really relaxed because I have exercised.
Yeah.
And I'm able to better cope with my day because I've actually burnt off some of the top fuel. Does that make sense? Does that sound a bit odd?
No, it makes complete sense.
Yeah. It's a way I've identified how I can better cope.
Yeah.
So that I don't maybe so readily burn out.
Yeah.
So, and the nails and the hair, that's just a part of being a chick. I'm just into that shit.
Yeah, it makes you feel good, right?
It does. I really like the nails because I can look down at my nails and even if I'm just in my jammies or my gym gear, I go, oh no, I'm well groomed. That's it. Even if I look like crap, I can go, oh yeah, no, it's all good. I'm a girl. It's all okay. It's like a reminder. Isn't that funny?
It makes sense to me. Yeah.
It just makes me feel nice.
Yeah. It's interesting because for me, I'm a massive introvert.
Yeah.
And so a lot of rest for me involves as few people as possible.
Yeah.
If it's just me, perfect.
Right.
Ideal.
Right.
So quite often on my day off, I'll need at least an hour or two just by myself, whether that's reading a book, playing a video game. I got a PlayStation 5 at the beginning of the year, so I'm sinking some hours into that thing. I love going to the movies.
Yeah, you do.
For a while when Monday was my day off, I would go see a movie on Monday morning.
You'd be the only one there probably.
Me and a few pensioners.
Yeah. Oh, excellent.
Best time to go to the movies.
Yeah.
Some snowy-haired gentleman 4 rows in front of me gets up and leaves during the climax of the movie because I guess he was done. I don't know.
I was busting for a wee.
Yeah, probably. He didn't come back.
He knew the ending.
But yeah, I think probably in a similar way to the way you talk about exercise and Pilates and things like that, I think solitude for me is really important in refilling the cup. Yeah, because as an introvert, who did I have this? I had this conversation with someone fairly recently, this idea that introverts have like almost this reserve of tokens and every interaction with someone costs a token.
Yeah.
And you don't know how many tokens you have until you give your last one, and then all of a sudden...
Yep. Shut down.
Yeah, you're done. You just socially shut down. And that made all sorts of sense to me, where I've been in so many situations where I can almost step outside myself and go, what are you doing? You're suddenly just like a grumpy asshole. Why are you doing that? And it's because I've just reached my limit with people.
Yep.
And it's not that people often joke, oh, I just hate people. I don't just hate people. Sometimes I just get my social batteries run so low that all of a sudden my brain tells me, you hate people now.
Yeah,
Try and get away from them.
I wonder if that's like in psychology, you know how they talk about your window of
Window
tolerance?
of tolerance,
Do you
yeah.
think it fits into that same framework?
Possibly. I don't know. I haven't spent enough time familiarizing myself with the framework around what that is for. So I don't know. I couldn't speak to that specifically, but it's definitely, all I can say is from my experience, it's your scope. It's almost like your bandwidth.
Yeah.
The number of tasks that you can
Yeah,
accomplish at
that's
once
right.
just shrinks and shrinks
Yeah.
and shrinks until it's down to
Your
zero.
ability
Yeah.
to cope gets, and so that's like the window of tolerance. It gets smaller and smaller and
Yeah, yeah.
smaller till you go, oh, the window's shut. I've got nothing left.
Yeah.
Nothing left.
Yeah.